Good morning, John. When we played a week ago, when we played ULM, one of the things that really did hurt us were the mistakes we make, and most of the time we don't make that many mistakes. And that was the focus as far as getting ready for UMass. Not many teams in the country are going to win if they're making too many mistakes, so we needed to do what we could to minimize that. I think we achieved that. I think we did a good job of achieving that. So, for example, we had about 80 yards of penalties versus ULM. We had 15 yards of penalties the other day. I think when you look at Georgia State, I think you look at their penalties as well, and they're one of the leaders in the country for fewest penalties, the number one in the league. That always tells me a team is well-disciplined, and normally that type of team is not going to beat themselves. Again, we got to make sure we minimize our mistakes and we don't beat ourselves. Plus, they beat us a year ago. So I think the game's going to be a good game. I think it's going to wind up going down to the wire, and we're looking forward ahead to Atlanta.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Dan McDonald with The Advocate. Dan, please go ahead.
Morning, Coach. Could you talk a little bit about Fred Payton's performance in stepping in for you?
Well, Fred's a good athlete, but he's also just a freshman. But he's gotten a lot of work. He's got work from the preseason, so he did an excellent job of handling himself in the game. But we weren't surprised at that. He wanted to do a good job of getting himself out of trouble. He made a couple of mistakes in terms of some of his reads, and he certainly threw the ball well. And we picked him as our offensive player of the week.
Going forward, how will he be able to? Will you start increasing what you try to do offensively with him, or did you try to keep it pretty simple for him?
No, I think we want to keep it simple, but what Jamie Chadwell has done, which I have a lot of respect for and very much believe in, this was very much a matter of asking our guys to do what they can do. So with the three quarterbacks we have, whether it's Kilton or Bryce or Fred, each of them have a little bit different skill sets. So when we are calling a game, relative to those skill sets, not necessarily what we would like to call at that particular moment in time. And that has served us well.
Appreciate it, Coach.